Joey Moss with Bad Boy Gaming. Guess what? We got spoilers, we got leaks. I almost don't know what to talk about first. Let's just get into the leaks, because that's the bread and butter of everything. I really like this spell. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Well, isn't that just going to shut down all those free decks, huh? Seriously, there is a lot of craziness that goes on, especially in Commander, where you can just play spells for free. There's a 9-drop, sure, play that thing. Everything's free. There's a 4-drop, you get to play an extra card for free. There's just so many cards out there that allow you to play stuff for free. So any way that you're going to cheat something into play, if you didn't pay for it, guess what, pal? You're paying for it because it's getting countered. I like that. That's really cool. Arena of Glory enters the battlefield, tap, and let's control a mountain. Oh, yeah. Add a good old 3. This is so annoying. Wait, where are we at? Okay, a mountain. It's a red. It's a mountain. For 1 red, tap, exert Arena of Glory. Add 2 red mana. That mana is spent. That mana can only be spent. I think only might be missing there. Or that mana is spent on a creature spell. If that mana is spent on a creature spell, it gains haste until end of turn. Oh, okay. So Exert Arena is pretty cool. Get some stuff out pretty quick and fastly. And I like that if you have a mountain already, then this doesn't come into play tapped. So that's a little advantage there. We're going to fly through these guys. All right. Thalage, Titan of Fire's Fury. That's a big boy. This is a bigger boy. But let's go over this really quick. 3-drop. When Thalage enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. What's escape, you ask? Well, for 4, exile 5 other cards from your graveyard. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its escape cost. Okay. Whenever Flage enters the battlefield, Flage, can we call it Lage? I don't know. Enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. It's only a 3-drop 6/6. But you got to remember, you got to pay its mana cost. It's a 4-drop, really. So you got to spend the 4, escape it. You can't even pay its regular casting cost, unless you just want to get that little like burn in there. 3 damage to any target, and you gain 3 life. A little burn and earn kind of thing. So you can play it, I guess, just to close out a game if you really wanted to. But if you escape the sucker and you have to exile 5 other cards, wow. Then you got a pretty big boy on your hand, and it's going to get those benefits every time it attacks as well. That's kind of cool. I dig it. No trample, though, but maybe that would be a bit too much, huh? Here's Kozilek, the Broken Reality. It's a 9-drop. That's massive. Legendary creature, Eldrazi. New Eldrazi left and right in this set. It's crazy. When you cast a spell, up to 2 target players each manifest 2 cards from their hands. For each card manifested this way, you draw a card. Up to 2 target players each manifest. Okay. To manifest a card, put it onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. Try to face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. Manifest is an old mechanic. Other colorless creatures you control get +3/+2. Who came up with that? They're just like, all right, if we give it +3/+3, it's going to be a little broken. Let's settle for +3/+2. Like, who decided that? Somebody did. Someone at WotC was sitting there thinking about that. Okay, so another really big Eldrazi. My only deal with this, I get the perk. The perk is the perk's huge, dude. That Anthem effect, that's like a mega Eldrazi Anthem effect. +3/+2. Like this is a Lord for colorless. A colorless Lord, but it's a 9-drop. So you're gonna have to cheat it into play. But if you try to cheat it into play, you might get countered by Vexing Bauble. I think Vexing Bauble is one of the greatest cards ever created for all those decks that look at cheat shit into play. And hey, I've made my fair share of decks that cheat stuff into play. There's no doubt about this. What are my thoughts on Kozilek, the Broken Reality? When it comes to Eldrazi, I really think they're just trying to make something. They're trying to make a bunch of big Eldrazi that aren't going to be banned immediately in Commander. I think that's kind of the goal of all this, in my opinion. Because we have Emrakul, and he's like insta-ban. Because it's just way too powerful. And if you cheat it into play also, holy freaking crap, Doesn't, can he be countered? I don't think he can be countered. I can't remember. There's so much text on Emrakul. But yeah, if you can't counter him, then what do you do in Vexing Bauble? Would that counter if it says it can't be countered? No, it can't be countered. Sorry, man. Stack rules. Okay, Flusterstorm. There's Flusterstorm's back. Sweet. That's sweet. This one's a bit blurry here. But Aladmare. I once had a BGS 9.5 of the original, man. Lord of the Leaves, I think it was called. But yeah, here we go. Back at it again. He's a 3-drop. He's coming at you. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. That's pretty dope. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. That's pretty dope. And then for 1, tap. Can you do it anytime? You may cast creature spells from the top. No, if it said if you can cast creature spells from the top of your library at any time, that'd be dope. Because then like, you're constantly, like if your opponent's trying to swing in, you got a creature sitting on top. You're just like, come on, dude. Do something. Swing in. Oh, I'm just going to pay this. Not even pay 1. I can just play it right now if it was any time, like Flash or something. All right, too much. For 1, tap. 2 untapped creatures you control. Reveal a card from your hand or the top of your library. If you reveal a creature card this way, put it onto the battlefield. Activate only during your turn. That's pretty nasty. Just gotta tap 2 creatures, 2 untapped creatures you control. Reveal a card. All of this is great. I'm seeing all this stuff like, thinking about cheating cards into play. Even this is going to be cheating cards into play. Whenever a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it. I mean, is this considered mana spent to cast it? I don't think it is. Tattoo. I mean, you're paying 1 green mana. It depends on the verbiage. Tap 2 untapped creatures you control. Reveal a card from your library. If you reveal a creature card this way, put it onto the battlefield. You're not casting it. You're just putting it on the battlefield. So that gets around that kind of stuff. See all the trickery? If no mana was spent to cast it, you're not casting it though, right? I would assume that just gets around that ability. If I'm wrong, please correct me by all means. Bogart Trawler. Oh, man. Enters the battlefield. Exile target player's graveyard. We'll see ya. Nice little 3-1. Wheel of Potential. 3-drop. You get 3 energy. Are you a fan of energy? Do you need more energy in your life? Grab a monster! No. Energy. It almost reminds me of like Poke-S kind of thing when I hear energy. I just think Pokemon, But like, is anybody a big fan of energy? I think it's fun. It's cool. It's a great way to stay in shape. But like, is it really that cool? It's pretty broken. There's been a lot of energy cards that are just busted beyond belief, man. And that's some scary stuff. This one, you get 3 energy. Then you may pay X energy. Each player may exile their hand and draw X cards. If X is 7 or more, you may play cards you own exile this way until the end of your next turn. Crikey, mate. Wheel of Potential. They have to keep making more and more crazy, ridiculous, busted-ass cards, man. Like, basically, there's going to come a point in time. I think that's why Wizards introduced this card. I keep going back to Vexing Bauble, but because they don't want it to become like Yu-Gi-Oh, where you can just play your whole freaking hand, turn 1, turn 2. I mean, and if they keep going that route, that's where it eventually will lead to. So they had to drop something like Vexing Bauble. That's just one, nah, dude, you're not doing that this turn. It's gonna prevent a lot of free spells from being played. So that was smart. I think we're gonna see more cards like that shut down decks that are cheating cards into play, because it's really getting out of control and it's so easy to abuse it. There already are cards out there that don't allow, like, if you spend free there's another card similar to that, but I think it's more mana. It's not a 1-drop, that's for sure. It's not a 1-drop little artifact chilling out. Flare of Fortitude. You may sacrifice a non-token white creature rather than pay this spell's mana cost. See all this? Eventually there's going to be decks that are just based around, they already are, around cheating stuff into play. But it's going to get to the point where just everyone does it, and everything's just a cheat. If they keep printing cards like this, eventually, I mean, they're going to have a lot of counteraction with the cards up above, with the Vexing Bauble. Am I saying that? Is it Vexing Bauble? Yeah, Vexing Bauble. I don't know why I feel like it's not, but yeah, you're going to have to put a stop to that, because it's really, really getting out of control. Or you just print more cards like Vexing Bubble. All right, return target spell or non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. 3-drop, sink into stupor, and then you can add a mana on the other side. So we've seen those before. Jolted Awake, not that exact card, but yeah. Jolted Awake, it's a common. If you guys want to pause and read some of the comments, I'm going to focus more on the heavier hitters here. We got a whole other page to go through. These are the leaks, though. So, yeah, these are some of the leaks. On occasion, you get a really sick common, man. Like Throbbing Charm, choose one. Throbbing Charm deals damage equal to twice the number of creatures you control to target creature. If that was to anything, that'd be dope. Destroy target enchantment. I like the flexibility. Exile any number of target players' graveyards. That'd be funny if you said exile any number of target players. You know, it's like a little meme card. Exile, all right, dude, you're exiled. Get out of here. Go to a random island. We'll see ya. All right. Evolution Witness. Adapt to whenever one or more +1/+1 counters are put on Evolution Witness. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Elf, Shaman, Mutant. What more do you want? Yeah, mutants are a thing, I guess. Here's a Oscillate Pride. Another leak. These are leaks, guys. Some of these may have already been spoiled at this point, but these are leakies. This one's pretty dope, though. 1-drop. First strike, lifelink, ascend. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, create a 1/1. This is a 1-drop. At the beginning of your end step, if you gained life this turn, create a 1/1 white cat creature token. Then if you have the city's blessing for each token you control that entered the battlefield this turn, create a token that's a copy of it. That is kind of stupid. Can that make cat tribal a thing? I mean, cat tribal's already a thing. I get it. Chill out. But it's really not too competitive right now. Maybe this will be the little bump it needs. We're gonna find out. Dog Umbra, sure. Get your puppy on. The Necro Bloom over here. Tune the narrative. What's Necro Bloom about? Draw a card, get 2 energy. That's just a 1-drop. That's cool. Landfall, 4-drop. The Necro Bloom. Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, create a 0/1 green plant creature token. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token instead. Dude, it is fun to build commander decks around just stupid synergies. My friend Adamo loves to do it. He likes to find a really, really niche commander and then just turn it into some busted shit. And he's been taking it, like we were actually going to a couple local, I can't even talk right now. So many thoughts. We were going to a couple local game stores and playing like Commander, you know, like we would just show up, like, what's up? This was like recently too. And well, I had my dragon build, which, you know, just, it gets out of control. If you get to like turn 6, you're dead. Like everyone's dead. If I make it to like turn 6, usually latest turn 7, everyone's dead. And that's what a commander deck should do. You know, I think that's a little slow for competitive play, but my friend was running decks and they're just like, you wouldn't think that these kind of like this legendary creature would be a problem, but it's a problem. I wish I had the name of it off the top of my head. It's a spirit dude. And he causes things to phase in, phase out. Man, no one was able to beat him, you know? Me and him would go back and forth. It's like, all right, who can get this pulled off quicker? Turn 5, turn 6, like either I'm winning or he's winning. And anytime one of us won, the other one, it was like, dude, next turn you were dead. And then we would show it, but yeah, they'd be dead. Like there was nothing I could do about it or nothing he could do about it. It was just, it's it. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to just whoop people's butts with those decks we were playing with. More to come. Mordecai. All right, here we go. What else we got here? We got Marionette Apprentice, little uncommon action for you with the Fabricate. So Fabricate's back. When it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on it, or create a 1/1 colorless servo artifact creature token. Okay. Whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. Oh, Bittersweet Symphony. That's a beautiful song. Tell me your favorite song. Triton Wavebreaker. I also like Mad Season, River of Deceit. Okay, those are 2 really good songs right there. But the first one wasn't my favorite song. Okay. Bestow. I think Bestow is so lame. If you cast this card for its Bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached. As long as Triton Wavebreaker is a creature, it is prowess. Prowess is sick. That's a stupid one. Which you guys know. For those who are new, that's why I like to explain some stuff. Really quick. Like a machine gun, you know? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, this creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. A enchanted creature gets +1/+1 as prowess. What do you want from me, dude? It's a cool little uncommon. I dig it. And it's merfolk. There you go. Professor will be happy. Here we go. Brain Surge and Sowing Mycospawn. I think we could do better than these leaks right here. I think I can pull up some better. Let's go to this page. We're going to find those cards in a minute. Here we go. Let me just refresh. There we go. Okay, nothing new. Echoes of Eternity. Big, massive thriller in Manila. Okay, 6-drop. Enchantment. Eldrazi. If a triggered ability... It's a Kindred Enchantment? What the heck is that? Kindred Enchantment Eldrazi. So is it a creature? Is it not? I don't know. If a triggered ability of a colorless spell you control or another colorless permanent you control triggers, that ability... Oh, I love that stuff. That's how my deck was going off with dragons. Like anytime like a permanent would trigger something, or there was ETB triggers, something entered. There was triggers if like this occurred or that occurred. It's craziness, but this is just for colorless Eldrazi. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. Don't we have fun with that? Don't we have fun? We have fun. We have so much fun. Basking Brood Scale. All right, what thoughts on this new Kindred Enchantment Eldrazi? They tried doing tribal stuff. Who remembers tribal shit? Remember they really tried pushing tribal? And it with the word tribal on the card, it didn't really last very long. Is this Kindred crap gonna last long? I don't know, man. But they're pushing it pretty hard early on. There's a Basking Brood Scale. I'll get over it because you guys already read it probably 20 times. Drowner of Hope is back. I believe, yeah, that's a reprint, right? What is that? That's Commander stuff for Modern Horizons 3? Sure. Okay. Petrifying Meddler. Sure, dude. Corrupted Shapeshifter. Kozilek's Unsealing over here. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value 4, 5, or 6, create 2/0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens with sacrifice creature, add a colorless mana manable. It's a devoid. It's actually devoid. Whenever you cast a creature spell with mana value 7 or greater, draw 3 cards. Not Kindred, though. Not why didn't they make that Kindred Eldrazi? Now when I see an enchantment and it's colorless, or well, this is devoid. Kind of. Some of it. Not all of it. It's blue. I feel like it should just be a Kindred then. It should always be Kindred. All right, moving along. Oblivion Sour, that's a brand new card. I'm kidding. Sometimes I say stuff that's so obvious, like I just force a comment out of you guys. Sometimes I do that. And like sometimes it's like the stupidest thing imaginable. And you guys are like... And I love it. It's fun. It creates good conversation. So, I might catch you with something. Let's see if you guys catch it. I'm going to say something stupid a little bit. Everything I say is stupid. All right. Withering Chrysalis. Look at that, dude. When you cast a spell, create 2/0/1 colorless Eldrazi. Okay. They're really pushing the whole ramp, like the whole Eldrazi tribal thing, because Eldrazi tribal, it's a thing, but it really sucked. It's really not that great, Then you got the lands to do it. The Urza freaking lands are just sick as hell, You get Tron going, and you're on board. But, I mean, we're seeing some non-colorless stuff. You got to have color for these over here, fella. Got to have color over there. Cool to see that. Whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, put a +1/+1 counter on really. This could have been a rare back in the day. Like if this was made in like, I don't know, pre-Urza times or even during Urza times, dude, this would have been a rare. It's a common. Have fun, Pauper. Have fun. All right, Wumpus Aberration, and Breaker of Creation. Give me that Annihilator. Bam! There it is. Annihilator 2. Annihilator 2. That is sick. I hope I'm not being too loud on the camera. Some points, I'm sorry. Hexproof from each color. Cannot be targeted by your shit, dog. Annihilator 2, whenever this creature attacks, if any player sacrifices 2 permanents. I love that. Especially when you have, like, if you have double strike, I think that, no, that doesn't count. That's different. That's separate. But you have abilities where there's an additional attack phase. Dude. But, like, that's overkill. Like, really? If you're going that route, that's just overkill. You don't even need that. Like, Annihilator 2, you're good. You're good. Right? And it's going to get dealt with, though. It's an 8/4. You gain 1 life for each color as permanent you control. Okay. Is that when you cast a spell, you gain life for each color? Oh, wow. That's pretty dope. Okay. Devourer of Destiny over here. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. No, what's it going to do? If you do at the beginning of your first upkeep, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put one of those cards back on top of your library. Exile the rest. Thanks. Okay. When you cast the spell, exile target permanent that's 1 or more colors. It's a 6/6, 7-drop. I don't even care. Well, I don't even care. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of your upkeep, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put one of those cards back on top. Oh, no, that's advantage. But do you really want this 7-drop, almost do nothing in your hand? When you the opening hand, when you cast a spell, exile target permanent that's 1 or more colors. You can't exile colorless though, can you, fella? So this Eldrazi cannot kill another Eldrazi. I kind of like the flavor in that. Okay, Planar Nexus is every non-basic land type. Wow, non-basic land types include. I like how they put them all here: cave, desert, gate, lair, locust, mine, power plant, sphere, tower, and Urza. What? Is that it? It says Planar Nexus is every non-basic land type. Although that's not all the basic. Is that it? Really? That's it? That's all the non-basic land types there are? I don't believe that. That's crazy. If it is, it might be. It might be so. I mean, they wrote it on the card. They would know. Tap, add a colorless mana. Add 1 mana of any color for 1. Okay, that's not the most amazing card I've ever seen in my life. We got a lot of cards here, guys. March of Velavi. Velavu, and a who get a who. This is commander stuff here. Final act and march from Velis Vel. Choose a non-basic land type. Each land you control of that type becomes a copy of target creature you control until end of turn and gains haste until end of turn. Flashback for 5. Flashback is back. It is. Final act, dude. I like this. It's a sorcery. Destroy all creatures. Choose 1 or more. Destroy all planeswalkers. Destroy all battles. Look at that. Would you look at that? That's the first time I think we've seen that. Destroy all battles. Exile all graveyards. Each opponent loses all counters. The flexibility in that puppy. It's a 6-drop. I mean, rightfully so. Like the artwork. Skellies are fun, man. All right, then we got Siege Gang Lieutenant. Some of these have been out floating around on the internet for a while, so I don't want to spend too much time dealing with them. I might go back over to the leaks again. Sacrifice a goblin. Siege Gang Lieutenant deals 1 damage to any target. Yeah, we've seen this before. Just it's a goblin now. At the beginning of combat on your turn, if you control your commander, create 2 1/1 red goblin creature tokens. Those tokens gain haste until end of turn. Pretty cool. Okay. Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untap steps. Winter Moon. It's going to piss some people off, but not as bad as the other card. What the heck was it? This is not bad. This is like... I mean, if you show up with, what is it, Blood Moon? Is it Blood Moon? You show up at Blood Moon, you know, some people get upset about that, you know, because of like how it just like, everything's a mountain, you know. But with this, it's kind of like a nerfed version of that. Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untap step. It's kind of like a nerfed version of that, in my opinion. I think that's acceptable at the commander table. It doesn't completely piss everyone off. Maybe. It depends on how many freaking non-basics you're running, I guess. That's, you can get out of control. Orm's Chant, 1-drop kicker. Kicker's back. Everything gets kicker. Target player can't cast spells this turn. If this spell is kicked, creatures can't attack this turn. Alright, I dig it. It's a 1-drop, instant, kicker. You just say, hey, no one's doing anything this turn. No one's doing anything this turn. You're not casting anything. Now, if it was all players or like all your opponents, that would be a bit more. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Orm's Chant, good, I guess, for 1-on-1, and you know, we'll see what happens with that. Sylvan Safekeep, sacrifice a land target creature you control, gain Shroud until end of turn. That's like a fog and something else. You know, that's got 2 purposes there, man. It's not bad for 1, not bad. Sacrifice a land target creature you control, gain Shroud until end of turn. Human Wizard. He's a human wizard. Human contact and interaction. Don't ask. There you go, man. Okay, Sylvan Safe keeps up in here. Human contact and interaction. Nethergoyf. If you made it this far in the video, you say that in the comments. Okay, Nethergoyf's power is equal to the number of card types among cards in your graveyard, and its toughness is equal to that plus 1. Escape for 3, exile any number of other cards from your graveyard with 4 or more card types among them. Oh my gosh. It's a 1-drop, dudes. Is this Lagoyf going to be a force to be reckoned with? I don't know. Is it going to be like Tarmogoyf? I don't think so. But we'll see, man. Got the 1 plus the star. You never know, man. We'll see what happens with it. Null Elemental Blast. A lot of these are we'll see what happens with it, but some of them you just know they're busted as shit. Counter target multicolored spell. Destroy target multicolored permanent. Are they going to eventually have a whole cycle of glyphs that, basically are just like Tarmogoyf, but different? I don't know. All right, one more time. Counter target multicolored spell. Destroy target multicolored permanent. Null Elemental Blast. I like the name. That's kind of cool. Despite my years, I am still but a student of the multiverse. How arrogant to think yourself its master. Ugin. Genicobolus. That was pretty cool. Okay. A little flavor in there. Here's Kudo. King among bears. Other creatures have base power and toughness 2/2 and are bears in addition to other types. Make everything a bear is what we're doing here. Then we have Erupting Nullkite. Emerge. I don't like the emerge shit, dude. It's so stupid. You may cast a spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the emerge cost reduced by that creature's... I don't know why I never read that last part of the text on the emerge. It's not bad. You sacrifice a creature paying the emerge cost reduced by that creature's mana value. So, that could get pretty crazy. Whenever you cast a spell, you may exile your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards flying. Each creature spell you cast has emerge. Really? The emerge cost is equal to its mana value. 6/6, boy. Okay. I dig it. That's big. It's a dragon. It's Eldrazi. It's an Eldrazi dragon. That's a nasty little dragon right there. Seriously, that's sick. If you could cheat this thing out, dude, the game is over. The game is over. Null Drifter, especially when you got your little stupid scions running around and shit. Null Drifter, when you cast this spell, draw 2 cards. Flying. Annihilator 1. He's got Annihilator 1 built on him. It's got the Evoke. You may cast this spell for its focus if you do it's sacrificed when it enters the battlefield. So you could just pay 3. Yeah, you just pay 3 if you don't want it to be a creature. That could be a potential threat. Yeah. And he's going to draw 2 cards. That's really good for Eldrazi decks. Seriously, that's a solid Eldrazi card you want to run in your builds, man. My opinion. We'll see. We got the Exuberant Shepherd over here. I don't want to spend too much time on these because, look, there's a lot. I could be here all freaking day with you guys going over all these. And I think a lot of you have already seen them. So I'm going to go back over to the spoils, man. The leaks, right? We want to see the shit that's not been talked about. When you cast a spell, search your library for a land card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. This is Sowing Mycospawn. When you cast a spell, if it was kicked, exile target land. Dang. Kicker is back. Kicker exists in everything. Did you guys know that? Kicker exists in everything. Disruptor Flute. As Disruptor Flute enters the battlefield, choose a card name. Spells with the chosen name cost 3 more to cast. What? Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated unless they're mana abilities. Disruptor Flute. And it's got flash. That's going to really screw some shit up. Dude. So that would go that goes on the stack with the flash, right? But if they already paid for it, then they have to pay additional 3 more to cast that card? Oh shit. That or just fizzles out. This might be a really big problem, dude. I don't know. Disruptor Flute could be a really big problem. Let me know what you guys think. I got to hear your thoughts on some of these cards for sure. Frogmere Enforcer. I don't know why I don't like how the text looks when they do this, this red blotch. Okay, Prototype. You may cast a spell with different mana cost, color, and size. It keeps its abilities and types. It's silly. Affinity for Artifacts. Oh gosh, is Affinity back? Yes, it is. Affinity for Artifacts. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. Oh my gosh. Okay. Aether Spike. Love the art already. Choose target spell. You get 2 energy. Then you may pay an amount of energy. Counter that spell unless its controller pays 1 for each of the energy paid this way. I don't think that's going to see a whole lot of play. But yeah, it's kind of... Johnny fells the gods. Do you really want to waste all your freaking energy? I guess if it's to, refuel your monster, you might. Do you really want to waste all your energy, though, just to counter one spell? Probably, if the creature is amazingly powerful. Or it's a very powerful spell. You probably want that. Johnny Fells, the Godshire. Sagas. We got more sagas. Pretty cool. Then we have ourselves a Cat Dragon. Bunch of energy going on there. Buried Alive. Search your library for up to 3 creature cards. Put them into your graveyard, then shuffle. It's a cool card. It's a great way to stay in shape. I like that. That is Buried Alive. Good for your builds. Operating in the graveyard. Kalia of the Vast. 4-drop. When Kalia the Vast attacks an opponent, you may put an angel, demon, or dragon creature card from your hand on the battlefield tapped and attacking that opponent as well. Holy shit. Kalia? Do we ever stop cheating shit into play? I feel we're becoming Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel we're becoming Yu-Gi-Oh! Deserted Temple. I mean, is Magic becoming Yu-Gi-Oh? Please, I have to hear your guys' thoughts. Are we turning into Yu-Gi-Oh? Deserted Temple. Untap target land. 1 untap. That's not bad. Is that rare? I think so. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a great way to stay shape. Spymaster's Vault. Enters the battlefield. Tapped unless you control a swamp. Add a black mana. For 1 black mana, tap target creature you control connives X, where X is the number of creatures that died this turn. And you can draw X. Draw X cards. Then discard X cards. Put a +1/+1 counter on that creature for each non-land card discarded this way. These lands are out of freaking control, dude. The lands are taking over, man. Lands make a dance. All right, Guide of Souls. I can't spend too much time on other cards, okay? I'll give you my 2 cents really quick, and that's it. We're out the door. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life and an energy counter. Whenever you attack, you may pay 3. When you do, put 2 +1/+1 counters and a flying counter on a target attacking creature becomes an angel in addition to its other types. Oh, shit. I mean, that's humans and angels, man. They kind of go together a little bit. Not always, but a lot of it, you know? So that's fun. It's, dude, a 1-drop with all that text on it. Usually that's something you want to be afraid of when you see that. Here is 6. It's just 6. I wonder if they made 9. They got to make 9. Then you have 6/9 out. Oh! Giggity, giggity, goo! We got 6. 3-drop. Legendary creature, Tree Folk. Reach. Whenever 6 attacks, mill 3 cards. You may put a land card from among them into your hand. As long as it's your turn, 9-land permanent cards in your graveyard have Retrace. Serially. So yeah, one more quickie. Just I had to refresh. I had to refresh my mind, guys. Retrace is a keyword ability that allows the player to cast the card from their graveyard for its mana cost, plus the additional cost of discarding a land. Now you know. The more you know. Here's Iron Eater. Imsker Iron Eater. Affinity for artifacts. Yeah, dude. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. It's a 5/5. It's an 8-drop to cast, though. When Imsker Iron Eater enters the battlefield, you draw X cards and you lose X life, where X is half the number of artifacts you control rounded down. For 4, sacrifice an artifact. Dude, the amount of text on cards anymore is just boggling. Like, it blows my mind. For 4, sacrifice an artifact. Imsker deals damage equal to the sacrifice artifact's mana value of any target. That's just like utility, dude. That's utility boy right there. I like it. Don't know the name of this card, but it's a Skeleton Noble 2-drop. We can't even see all the text on it. This one's a little hard, man. At beginning of combat on your turn, exile 1 target card from a graveyard, adapt 2. Whenever 1 or more +1/+1 counters. Emperor of Bones. Put a creature exile with Emperor of Bones onto the battlefield under your control with an affinity counter on it. It gains haste, sacrifice at the beginning of the next end step. I think it's a deuce there. Okay, Skelly boy. Emissary of Soulfire. I'm just going to pass by that one. Famed Mechanist. What is this? What is this purple? What is this blue shit here? Legendary creature, Dwarf Artificer. Anybody else fan of this artwork? Anybody? I'm really not. I got to be honest. I'm not a huge fan of these kind of arts pieces, man. Like, it's just a plain color in the background and then some, like, cartoony, like, thing on top. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I don't care if I did anyway. It's my opinion. I don't like it at all. I don't. It's just so plain to me. You'll never see me running a card like this in my deck ever. I don't know why they started this crap. with in Modern Horizons. No offense to the artist, beautiful art there. But like seriously, do you guys play? I just wouldn't run these. I'm that against. I can't even. I'm sorry. Other non-token creatures you control have fabricate 1. For 2, tap, choose 1, populate, or proliferate. Oh, wow. Why not just say impregnate? Know what I'm saying? Victimize, choose 2 target creature card. Oh, that's a cool one. That's an old one. Yeah, it's an old one. Amphibian downpour. Flash and storm. Ah, storm. Gotta love the storm. Riders on the storm. Stop it. Storm. Enchanted creature loses all abilities and is a blue frog creature with base power and toughness. That's cool. So you can just, oh my gosh, that could be done. Whoa, that is a nutty storm, dude. What a storm count that could be. Okay. You can just make all your opponent's creatures and jack shit. Wrath of the Skies. You get X energy. Then you may pay an amount of energy to destroy each artifact, creature, or enchantment with mana value less than or equal to the amount of energy paid this way. Oh, man, they're really... Energy is going to be like... You can really get crazy with energy decks now, man. Here's Roaring Prophet. 4-drop. Fear it, dude. Enters the battlefield, mill 6 cards. You may put a card with X in its mana cost from among them into your hand. Tap, reveal any number of cards with X in their mana cost in your hand. Add 2 colorless mana for each card revealed this way. Spend this mana only on costs that contain X. Another card for the X decks. Then we have, I think it says Warren Soul Trader. It might not be a W. It might not be. Pay 1 life. Sacrifice another creature. Create a treasure token. It's an artifact with sacrifice. This artifact have a mana of any color. There you have it. Appropriation. Devoid, exile target, and it's a rare. Non-land permanent. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. It looks like it's going to cost maybe 4. I think it costs 4 of something. I don't think it's 3. I think it's 4 of something. You may spend, yeah, it's definitely 4 of something. Mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. Stupid. This card has no color. It's devoid. Why don't they say void? It's void of color. Because you could fill the void? I don't know. Ripples of Undeath. 2-drop. How far are we? 38 minutes in? If you made it this far in the video, just say nipple. Say nipple. In the comments. Ripples of Undeath. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, mill 3 cards. Then you may pay 1 and 3 life. If you do, put a card from among those cards into your hand. Okay. So specific, so narrow. Then you would pay 1 and 3 life. If you put a card from among those, wow. Okay, I mean that's card advantage, and it's every turn you can do this. That's not bad. I don't think it's great. I don't think it's not bad. Power balance. Oh no. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may reveal the top card of your library. If you do, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the 2 spells have the same mana value. It's not broken. But I mean, if you're playing in like Modern, I don't know, dude. You get that down. Modern's really quick. That's only a 2-drop. I could see this being competitive in Modern. Am I crazy? I don't think so. Some days I might be a little crazy, but today I'm not really feeling crazy. Interesting. Okay. Ashley, I think that's going to cause some issues. Okay. I'm sure we're going to see some bans too pretty soon. Like I'm not saying power balance is going to get banned, but you never know. In Modern, the reason I think that is because Modern, it's really fast paced, so there's a lot of 1-2. If it's more than a 3-drop, it doesn't see a lot of play in Modern. This is how it is. There are some 4, yeah. But in Modern, you want to win quick as hell, or you're going to lose the game, Of course, there's exceptions to that where, you cheat in big creatures and shit, but yeah. Ashling Flame Dancer, 4-dropper, legendary creature, elemental shaman. You don't lose unspent red mana as steps and phases end. Magecraft, whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, discard a card, then draw a card. If this is the second time this ability is resolved this turn, Ashling Flame Dancer deals 2 damage to each opponent and each creature they control. If it's the third time, add 4 mana, 4/4. God, this kid's dumb! This has so much shit built into it, it's stupid. That's a powerful little card there, man. And I like that they didn't make it a 4/3, so Bolt just takes it out, you know. Detectives Phoenix, 3-dropper. Collective Evidence 6. Collect Evidence 6. To pay this bestow cost, pay 1 and exile cards with total mana value 6 or greater from your graveyard. Flying and haste. Each creature gets +2/+2 and has flying and haste. You may cast Detective's Phoenix from your graveyard using its bestow ability. Enchantment creature Phoenix. This is so much shit. Collect evidence. Okay, I don't like the to pay this bestow cost. Pay 1 red mana and exile cards with total mana value 6. Oh my gosh. Okay. I know collecting evidence is a new thing, you know, with Karlov Manor. So anyway, Cursed Mirror. This is probably the one I looked into. Okay. 3-drop, add a red mana. As Cursed Mirror enters the battlefield, you may have it become a copy of any creature on the battlefield until end of turn, except has haste. Couldn't you just bounce this a bunch? You could just bounce this a bunch. That can get out of control and stupid. And it has built-in mana on it. If you can't bounce it right away, you know. But that's something you just want to bounce and just like steal your opponent's shit. Not steal, but, you know, use it. That's crazy. Yeah. White Orchid, Phantom over here, Spirit Knight. There are so many cards. Flying first strike when White Orchid Phantom enters the battlefield. Destroy up to 1 target non-basic land. Its controller may search their library for a land card. Put it out of the battlefield. Tap and shuffle. Dang. Destroying lands in white, are we? Okay. Estrid's Invocation. 3-drop. You may have Estrid's Invocation enter the battlefield as a copy of any enchantment. Of an enchantment you control, except it has at the beginning of your upkeep. You may exile this enchantment. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Some of these cards, man... Let me tell you, bros. They're pretty fun to play with. Can't wait. Invocation enters the battlefield as a copy of an enchantment you control, except it has at the beginning of your upkeep. You may exile this enchantment if you do return it. Oh, okay. So like a little flicker ability, kind of. All right. Nesting Grounds and Junk Diver we've seen. Sorin of House Markov. Stop it. Extort. Whenever you cast a spell, you may... Oh, yeah. I like Extort. Extort's a fun one. You may pay the white or black. If you do, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain that much life. Not too bad. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, if you gained 3 or more life this turn, exile Sorin of House Markov, and return it to the battlefield transformed under his owner's control. We don't get to see the other side of him. We don't. Oh, we do know. We do know. We do know. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, guys. Exhort. We're really blowing up here. Create a food token for +2. And it has Extort on it. -1 Sorin Ravenous deals damage equal to the amount of life you gained this turn to any target. Gain control of target creature. It becomes a vampire in addition to its other types. Put a life link counter on it if you control a white permanent other than that creature or spirit. Fun. Fun little spirit boy, huh? We dig it. Whoa. There we go. Okay, we got back to where we were. Dude, guys, we really have spoiled like almost the whole set here. Monsoon Mage. Instant sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. He's a 2-drop, 1/8, mind you. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell during your turn, flip a coin. If you lose the flip, Monsoon Mage deals one... What was I calling him? Moonson? Monsoon. If you win the flip, you may exile Ral. If you do, return him to the battlefield transformed under his owner's control. Hello! Ral Leyline Prodigy enters the battlefield with an additional loyalty counter on him for each instant and sorcery spell you've cast this turn. Until your next turn, instant and sorcery spells you cast cost one less to cast. Does Ral not suck for once? Until your next turn, instant sorcery spells you cast cost one less to cast. -2, Ral deals 2 damage to fighters you choose among 1 or 2 creature or targets. Draw a card if you control a blue permanent other than Ral. Wow, okay. That's not bad. Exile the top 8 cards of your library. You may cast instant and sorcery spells from among them this turn without paying their mana costs. Yeah, buddy. More cheating ass shit. Moving along. Oh, we got Tamiyo. Inquisitive. Okay. We do have Tamiyo. Okay. Is this another one that flips? Oh my gosh. Whenever Tamiyo Inquisitive Student attacks, investigate, create a clue token. If it's an artifact with for 2, sacrifice the artifact, draw a card. When you draw your 3rd card in a turn, exile Tamiyo, then return her to the battlefield transformed under her owner's control. Your 3rd card is all you gotta do, man. That's all you gotta do. It's a 1-drop. Until your next turn, whenever a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, it gets -1/-0 until a turn. That's okay. It's like a really nerfed fog, you know. -3, get really nerfed. Return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to your hand. If it's a green card, add 1 mana of any color. Draw cards equal to half the number of cards in your library. Rounded up, you get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size. Tamiyo, you bust a little hoe. All right, moving along. Can't be here all day. Grist, voracious larva. Death touch. If you do transformer, we're just transforming them all, baby. We're just transforming them all. Grist, voracious larva. Legendary creature, insect, death touch. Whenever a voracious larva or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, if it entered from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, you may pay 1 green mana. If you do, exile Grist, then return it to the battlefield, transformed under its owner's control. Are you ready to see this shit? Look at this guy. Create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token, then mill 2 cards. Put a death touch counter on the token if a black card was milled this way. A lot of stipulations here. Just -2, destroy target artifact or enchantment. -6, for each creature card in your graveyard, create a token that's a copy of it. Except it's a 1/1 black and green insect. One more time. For each creature card in your graveyard, create a token as a copy. Okay. 1/1 black green insect. I'm just reading so much right now. My mind's getting a little overwhelmed. And I'm like, Joey, this is overwhelming. Non-basic lands or islands. There's too much to take in one video. What are we at? 40 minutes? 50 minutes? Almost an hour of me going through this. I almost went live to do this video, just so you guys know. Whoever made this far, I almost went live to make this video. Merfolk Wizard, non-basic lands or islands. Oh my gosh. That's annoying. Non-basic lands or islands. That is annoying. Oh man, kill that thing. All right, Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor. God, we spoiled like the whole damn set. Enchantment spells you cast have an affinity for auras. They cost 1 less to cast for each aura you control. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, draw a card. Pearl Imperial. There's too much. My brain's going to mush right now. 2-drop. Flying Hexproof from activated and triggered abilities. When Volatile Stormdrake enters the battlefield, exchange control of Volatile Stormdrake and target creature an opponent controls. If you do, you get 4 energy, then sacrifice that creature unless you pay an amount of energy. I'm not paused, right? Amount of energy. If you do, you get 4 energy, then sacrifice that creature unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. Then sacrifice that creature unless you pay the... Okay, sorry, I had to... Tell my kid to get in the shower. When Volatile Storm Drake enters the battlefield, exchange control of Volatile Storm Drake and target creature and opponent controls. If you do, you get 4 energy, then sacrifice that creature unless you pay an amount of energy equal to its mana value. Holy shit, man. So much going on here in Modern Horizons. It's maddening cacophony. Look, this just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. Ulamog the Defiler. What are you up to? When you cast this spell, target opponent exiles half their library rounded up. Ward, sacrifice 2 permanents. Ulamog the Defiler enters the battlefield with the number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the greatest mana value among cards in exile. Ulamog this has Annihilator X, where X is the number of +1. Is that even necessary? Oh my god. That's not even necessary, dude. Borrow Goyf. The list goes on. Ugin's back, and the Commander Shells, Mutated Cultists, something new. Just pause on this, guys. There's just too much for one video. I should have broke it up, but I just wanted to do one video, so there you go. Selective Obliteration. Each player chooses a color, then exile each permanent unless its controller, unless it's colorless or it's only the color. Hold on. Each player chooses a color, then exile each permanent unless it's colorless or it's only the color its controller chose. A lot of C's there. Eldritch Immunity. Target creature you control gains protection from each color until end of turn with Overload 5. So instead of target, it's each creature you control gains protection from each color until end of turn if you overload it. Oh my gosh. Spawnbed Protector. At the beginning of your end step, this is a 7-drop. Return up to 1 target Eldrazi creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Create 2 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Cyan creature tokens with sacrifice this creature. Add a colorless. Add a devoid. 6/8. Twins of Discord. Oh my gosh. Twins of Discord. 7-drop. Looks like they're swimming. Whenever you attack, choose odd or even. Creatures with mana value of that quality can't block this turn. Each other colorless creature you control has Bloodthirst. Bloodthirst is back. For Bloodthirst, each additional, let's say this will do attack. If it's blocked, every time it's blocked by another creature, it gets +1/+1. I'm pretty certain that's how it goes. I think that's Bloodthirst. Let me look that one up though, just to be a hundo. Here we go. Bloodthirst, MTG mechanic. Bloodthirst was created. It works by putting a number of +1/+1 counters on a permanent. So far, only creatures. As it enters the battlefield, if an opponent has been dealt damage that turn. Originally, Bloodthirst was a gruel mechanic, limiting it to green and red cards. Okay, gives creatures +1/+1 counters when they enter the battlefield, as long as an opponent has already taken. Okay, I was wrong about that. Thank God we read that. So now you know. What am I thinking of? I think that's Rampage. I'm thinking of Rampage. Bloodthirst is different. Okay. So, I mean, wow. Each colorless creature you control has Bloodthirst too. So then you get 2 +1/+1 counters if damage was dealt. Crikey, mate. Eldrazi Confluence and Ulamog's Dreadsire. Another big, monstrous Eldrazi. Ward, sacrifice a permanent with mana value 1 or greater. Tap, create a 10/10 colorless Eldrazi creature token. Oh my god. Dude, this is just insanity. This is insanity. That's really not the scariest thing. A 10/10 Eldrazi creature, you can chump block it, whatever, but wow. Just, it's all these behemoths. I mean, give colorless creatures good trample. Where's that one at? Choose 3. You may choose the same mode more than once. Target creature gets. Oh, wow. So you can definitely kill a creature with that a few times over. Exile target non-land permanent, then return to the battlefield tapped under control. Create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Cyan creature token with sacrifice creature. Okay. Fun. So you can create 3 of those for 4 mana. You can create 3 of those. Just generating mana. That's a nice little ramp, I guess. You can do a lot with that card. Broodmate Tyrant's back. That's right, baby. Sawhorn Nemesis. I'm only halfway down the page right now. This would go on for 2 hours. As Nemesis enters the battlefield, choose a player. Because we're also, this is Modern Horizons Commander, If a source would deal damage to the chosen player or a permanent they control deals double that damage instead. Crikey, mate. Tempt with Mayhem. Aggressive Biomancy. Just pause on the screen. I'm going to go through this quickly. It's already been an hour. No one's going to watch this far. If you watch this far, thank you. It does mean an absolute lot to me. Like, I would like you to comment. Comment, I almost hit the panic button. It says that on this right here. I almost hit the panic button. And I know you made it this far in the video. That's crazy if you did. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'll make sure I reply to you guys if I see that comment pop up. Exterminator Magmark Pyrogoyf. Again, I'm just going to leave it here for a second, and we're just going to keep going. Just pause if you want to read anything. There is another Lagoyf back. Tramplin Myriad. Oh my gosh, the list goes on. Blue Braid Challenger. Tarmogoyf Nest. Meltdown. The list goes on and on. And again, just pause if you want to read any of these. I think a lot of these were spoiled a long time ago. Arcway of Innovation. Fury's back in special. Persist is back. Okay, I like these special ones. Grief is back. What is this? Olak Fused Atrocity. Devoid. Whenever you cast an Eldrazi spell, you may pay 2. If you do, copy all spells you control, then copy all other activated and triggered abilities you control. You may choose to. What the hell? Wow. That seems really broken. What the hell? But remember, when it's this, it's not colorless. It's actually it's like a waste. It's devoid. You have to pay that. You can't pay just anything. It's not colorless anymore. That's the difference. Okay, well, we're done, actually. We actually finished it up, guys. Wow. Let me know your thoughts on all these frickin' spoilers. Holy crap, man. We were here for a fat minute, but it's been real. It's been fun. It's been fun. But wow. An hour of going over all the spoilers that have dropped. That is nutty, dude. And here's some of the non-leaks if you want to pause it on these really quick. Ugin's Labyrinth. When Ugin's Labyrinth enters the battlefield, you may exile a colorless card with mana value 7 or greater from your hand and add a devoid. I can't say colorless. Add devoid. If a card is exiled, Ugin's Labyrinth, add 2 devoid instead. Return the exiled card to its owner's hand. Wow. Flare of Denial. Nightmare. There's some new wastes right there, baby. Solitude is back and back at it again. Flare of Cultivation. There's so many cards. Just give it a pause. That's right. Don't forget about these. Oh my gosh. I'm thinking Pain Lands. Fetch Lands. Something. Fetch Lands. There we go. Priest of Titania is back again. Remember when she was like a $12 card? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Bloodstained Mire, Floodstrand, yeah. All these are back. What are these? Not enemy. Are they enemy fetch lands? Ally fetch lands, whatever. Ajani Nakadal Pariah enters the battlefield. Create a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token. Whenever one or more cats you control. Yeah, they're pushing cat tribal, dude. And you can transform it. What do you transform into? Probably some sickness. Put a plus counter on each cat you control. Create a 2/1 white game. Okay. I mean, they definitely got their cat shit down now. And then sacrifice. Okay. Create a 2/1 white cat warrior creature token when due if you control a red permanent other than. I like that. There's always a little stipulation here at these. That's pretty cool. I think it's a great way to stay shape. All right. Scurry of Gremlins. Psychic Frog. What the hell would he even do? Emrakul the World Anew. Oh my goodness. When you cast this spell, gain control of all creatures target player controls, flying, protection from spells, and from permanents that were cast this turn. When Emrakul the World Anew leaves the battlefield, sacrifice all creatures you control. Madness, pay 6 to void. You can play it for its freaking madness cost. Oh my god. Dudes. What the hell is this world coming to? Cameo Seasoned Scholar just on a card. Just, I guess, like the art ink or something. I don't know. The signature art series shit. And there's the lands. Wow, guys. Well, thanks so much again for tuning in. We made it to almost the hour mark. Hit the like button, definitely. And I hope to see you next time. We're doing a battle next video, so yeah, it's gonna be good. We're doing 2 collector boxes, man. Big collector boxes we're talking, buddy. Skadoosh. Subscribe.